Oh yeah. Ooh. Feels so nice to be home.
Okay, let's do this again and get that off your place.
Okay, now we can start.
Okay.
I'm gonna cut it out.
All right.
Feels so nice to be home. Voila.
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 You want to tell them where we are?
We're at the Taitu Hotel, a hotel with character, serving you since 1898 Ethiopian calendar. What
This
else?
is a very first hotel in
It's the
Addis or
very first-
Ethiopia.
Oh,
It's the very first hotel in either Addis.
let's
or
go with
Ethiopia.
Addis for now,
Okay.
and then we'll put a disclaimer on there.
And do you want to tell them who Taitu is?
Taitu is the wife of King Emperor Menelik II.
So Ishé is going to name the hotel after me as well.
I sure am.
He said a garden last time we were here. You guys remember that? He said a garden.
Oh yeah, I was gonna name a garden.
It's all good. I'll take a garden.
Yeah. I mean, I think I got similar features to King Menelik, so I think I might. You know what? I think for some reason,
He
I know
resonates with you.
I resonate.
Yeah.
I resonate with the whole thing
Yeah, he does.
for years and years. Okay, so
Guys, day 11 is it?
day 11 recap.
Is it?
Yeah, today is day 12.
Wow, so day 11. First of all, thank you so much for staying with us throughout this journey. I hope you can hear me. Someone's revving their engine.
Since we start talking,
It was quiet out here. Someone is revving. It was literally peaceful and quiet, but hey, Murphy's Law.
it's long.
So in any case, yeah, thank you so much for staying with us throughout this journey. We've loved our time here in Ethiopia. Hopefully you've enjoyed watching our time here in Ethiopia. And hopefully you felt like you were with us,
Yeah.
you know?
I know y'all with us with this engine in the background. All right.
So let's recap.
Shall we get started?
Mhm.
Okay, let's recap. Day 11.
So we got up early yesterday and as we do, as the country does, because you get up with the sun. And we kind of just hit the ground yesterday because we knew we had a lot to take in. So we had smoothies already that we had purchased the day before from Mescal Square.
Let's go
So
square.
that was kind of like our brekkie to tie us over. So we were able to have that first thing in the morning and then go straight to Unity Park. And we ended up spending pretty much the day there.
Yeah. Yeah. You know, you can never get through a whole museum anywhere in less than 2 hours if you stop and you're reading stuff. Because, you know, that's for the nerd in all of us. I like to learn what we're looking at, all that stuff, and that was heavy. Like the beginning. Wait a minute, no. Let's rewind. Okay, so this time we made it to Unity Park, okay? And then we tried to go in one entrance, and there's guards with the guns. Now, they wasn't pointing them at us, but they was like, you gotta go across the street. He said in Amharic, but somehow we understood because he was pointing. The entrance is that way. So it's like, here's Unity Park right here. Here's a road. Here's a road that goes this way. So Unity Park parking is on this way. So we was like, oh man, we got to go over here and then come back over here. Little did we know, you go over here to Unity Park parking. You pay. You get frisked first, and then and then you go inside underground underneath the parking lot, and that's where the admissions is, and another electronic X-ray machine, the X-ray your stuff, your items. So we
Your documents.
they check your documents or your ID cards.
Yeah.
We just had our passports, no problem. It's $20 US for foreigners, and it's about 300, 500 birr for locals. That's equates 300 equates to like $5. So we paid. We got in. They took my GoPro and my power pack, my battery pack, to recharge the phones. That was cool. I was like, as long as I get my stuff back, I'm cool. So we went in, and you go underground to get to the park, which is cool. Go underground, and then we're back on the side where the guard was. Yeah.
It's a tunnel, which you will see by now.
Yeah. So we ended up where that guard was. I was like, he was like, yeah, it turned out to be nice. They're out nice. So yeah, that park was amazing, beautiful. We started off with the black lions. We looked for the lions. We saw them.
Found the lion.
Yeah, they were sleeping. Yeah, they were asleep. As they might have just finished,
Honeymooning.
getting it on, listening to some Barry White. Yeah. So then we went to the indigenous garden, and when we got done with that, we saw a little coffee shop. We wanted to get some goods. She got some goods. Oh man, somebody's getting arrested. Looks like a kid.
Oh no.
Uh-oh. It's a fight. Okay. Let's stop. Okay. All right, we're gonna are we going to continue, or are we going to
Let's pause for a minute. Yeah.
pause? All right,
We're back, guys.
we're back.
It looks like it's kind of breaking. It looks like it's kind of breaking up now.
Yeah, hey,
Real life.
stuff happens. Yeah, life happens.
Real life.
So, where was I? Oh, okay. So we was in a coffee shop, and a souvenir shop.
Yeah, so we didn't end up getting anything from that coffee shop that was like food-wise, but next to it was the gift shop, like you mentioned. So I picked up some small candles, some locally made shea butter, cocoa butter, and what else did I buy? Oh, some snacks made of teff and oats.
Yeah.
Because they have snacks here, guys.
Yeah, they got a lot of snacks.
It's a running joke. If you know, you know.
Yeah.
Because a video went viral. It's always when I'm speaking that this person is rapping. Have you noticed?
Yeah.
Currently, I'm struggling to even project my voice. And literally, as I'm speaking, this guy comes on all the time.
Yeah, they're kind of like kids. Well, not kids, but they're like maybe like in their early 20s. Because
Young adults, yeah.
yeah, they got this car with the tail, with the fin on the back, just like kids in the States. They got this car with the tail back and it's low to the floor, and they're revving it up. So,
So yes, I picked up some cocoa butter, locally made, which I can't wait to try. Some candles, like I was saying, and what's the third thing that I got? Oh, the oats and the teff.
yeah.
The snacks. So, and then from there we decided to walk on, and then we stopped at a restaurant right in front of the Egg House, which is where
Kategna.
Menelik used to. This is like his prayer.
Yeah. Prayer room, nice. Man, this looks like something like off a plantation
Yeah.
in the U.S. But there was not fields, but the house. The house is nice. I think we captured it. I'm sure we did.
We did, and now for those of you that don't know, you can actually get a tour of the house for an extra $30. So
Yeah.
if you pay the $50 entrance fee as opposed to the $20 entrance fee, that includes a tour of Menelik's house. So
Personal tour.
we didn't do it this time, but we will in the future. We wanted to save something for the next time we return because we're planning to return.
Yeah, I mean, look, there's so much stuff to do here and see.
Yeah.
Like we've been here 2 weeks, and we've been busy the whole time. Like we tried. Well, the furthest we went was the resort, but we tried to get to. Well, my plan was to get to Sashimane, which is 3 to 5 hours away.
Pause, guys. We're just gonna order something. Sorry. Ginger tea? Hello?
No.
Chai tea? Did you want anything?
Orange juice.
Juice? Orange?
Let me see.
I didn't see any beverages actually. I think just one and
Boom.
you're gonna have another coffee, you sure?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Boom.
One okay guys. So
Okay. So anyway, we was at the Emperor Menelik II's Emperor Palace, former palace.
yes.
And right next to Kategna Restaurant, Kategna.
Yeah, which the food was delicious.
Yeah. You'll see that.
Yeah, because that's where we did our day
Yeah. Day 10.
our day 10 recap or day 9? Day 10.
One of those. Day 10.
That's where we did our last recap.
Did
It's
our
actually at Kategna. So we showed you a little bit of that space. So that's literally right outside of Menelik's home, one of his properties. And yeah, like I said, if you pay the extra $30, you'll get it.
Yeah. We should have kept those menus. We'll get them later.
Yeah, I don't know that we're going to eat here.
Oh well, we promised.
Yeah, we'll see how our guest
We can't.
feels.
Yeah. We can't renege now.
No,
I mean,
no, I'm
I don't want to
saying
go
she
to a
might-
different place.
Okay,
She said it was cool.
all right. Okay.
You don't want it? You
You
don't
guys
like
can
it?
eat here. Yeah. you
She
guys
does,
can.
but she doesn't like it.
No, I'm not saying that. It's just that, you know, for what I'm needing for listen, obviously I could eat injera all day, every day. But what I really need is a salad and some ginger tea, none of which are on the menu. So I'm not discriminating. I know what I need right now to build myself up, and it's just not on the menu. So we can stay here, absolutely,
Or
because we
maybe
promised it to
if
our guest.
if she's hungry, bro.
I'm happy to.
Me and her will eat.
Yeah, you guys can eat, and then I'll
eat off
get
my
some.
plate.
Yeah, I'll get something else for her. I'm easy.
Okay.
Easy like Sunday morning.
Yeah.
So,
All right. So, and right next to Kategna,
Kategna.
there's a station
Oh, no.
where
Here we
you
go.
learn how to make injera.
Here we go.
And as soon as I saw the sign that says "Make Injera," I was like, "Okay, come on, you got to get over here and make this injera. You got to learn before we get back to the States, okay?" And
Me?
somehow she got out of it.
Thank you. So beautiful. Sugar? All with the spice and everything, herb and everything. This never gets old, guys. Ever. For me, anyways. Does it get old for you? Thank you. Yeah, and then we're going to miss this boy until we come back.
Okay.
Here, let me bless you all. Yeah, with the chana.
Blessings, blessings,
Chana.
blessings, blessings.
Beautiful incense. Which, by the way, I didn't realize that this, like I knew it was called Itan in Tigrinya. Forgive me if I'm not pronouncing it perfectly, because obviously Tigrinya is not my mother tongue. That actually is frankincense. And I didn't realize that. So my cousin clarified that for me. So now I know that this, what's being burnt right now, guys, is frankincense. So it's a
And
beautiful.
We're taking a whole
beautiful smell.
big bag home.
Yes, we
We're
are.
gonna find it tomorrow.
Yeah, because some people ask for it as well. And Mr.
And I
Jones
asked
would.
for it
Mr. Jones has also requested that when I make him boon on Sundays, that I.
Yeah. And when she was supposed to make injera on Sundays with the boom, see, we went in, she was hungry, so she was like, yeah, after we eat, I'll go over there and learn how to make it. So we ate. We was eating.
The worst thing I did was bring this man to Ethiopia. I'm just kidding.
So I
I'm
was
just
like,
kidding.
yo, okay, we I forgot all about it because it was like, okay, let's get on with the park. And then by the end of the park, I was like, man, you lucky I forgot all about it. So anyway, but that's going to be the next time we come here. You're not getting out of it. You're not getting out of it.
Oh,
So
I know.
all right, So then after we ate, our first exhibit was, I guess it's the palace, one of the palaces.
No, it was the prison.
Prison, yeah.
Man.
It was under the palace.
Yeah. It was the prison.
One of Haile Selassie's former palaces.
It was a torture chamber as well.
Yeah. So the basement was the old prison, and they had interactive media where you could. It was in English and Amharic, so you could see what happened, what they're talking about. So basically, yeah, they was talking about that's where, they would bring prisoners or revolutionists or rebel rousers, whoever, rebels, and torture them, hang them upside down, and do whatever, all kinds of stuff. And we saw, they basically highlighted how the power changed from Haile Selassie,
Monarchy to military.
to military. So it went from him to the Dirge regime, and then after, then that lasted for a long time.
A lot of suffering during that time. A lot of suffering.
Yeah, and kind of see how things were good with one leader, but not perfect. So caused an uprising, so a coup. They took over, but they ended up doing basically the same or worse than the last one, and then that caused an uprising. It's like how leaders change. It wasn't a democratic process until past the '90s, late '90s, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, it was heavy. It was so heavy. I was like, okay, we got to see something. Like we got to look at the animals. We got to see something positive. So we went upstairs, and then we saw Haile Selassie's chair, and had a figurine of him, or a model of him sitting down. That was cool. Yeah, it's like
the detailing. I hope we did a good job of capturing it, because the molding and the detailing was
spectacular.
Incredible. It was really, really finely done. Symbols of Ambessa, which is the Lion of Judah, as well as the Star of David throughout, even the carpet leading up to the throne of Haile Selassie. So again, just a reminder of our history and the tribes from which we come from and the beginning of humanity. You don't need to go to a history class, guys. All you need to do is come right here. You want to learn about history of humanity as well as religions? It's literally
you see where
right
everything
here.
started.
Christianity, Orthodox Christianity, yada yada yada. It's all here, honestly.
Yeah.
Honestly, it's wild.
So so then there's a lot of religious stuff that we ran into and saw and captured, and then after that we came outside and we came right in front of a food court. Well, we passed a photo shoot of a couple getting married.
Actually,
several, yeah.
We probably saw
that whole
4
day
or 5
was like,
brides.
yeah,
It's a popular place, I think, for bridal photography.
yeah. It was nice. I was like, man, why didn't we bring some?
We could have done a wedding shoot there.
Yeah.
Next time.
So, all right. So then we went to a food court. Man, they had all kinds of stuff. I wanted some gelato. I never really get a craving for ice cream or gelato, but I don't know. It was a kid in me wanted some ice cream. And we ran into a lovely family from Australia. They're Ethiopians that live in Australia, born and raised in Australia. I guess they knew we were foreign or heard us speaking English or something. She just came up to us and started talking, introducing ourselves. That was cool, real cool.
Shout out to Lydia, you see this?
Lydia,
It was lovely meeting
and her husband.
you.
Can't remember your husband's name, but shout out to you, homie.
Lovely couple.
Yeah, and they had like a couple of kids with them, grandma, and they get to stay here for 8 weeks. I'm like thinking we was doing something cool with 2 weeks, our little 2 weeks. They're like, 2 weeks? You should be. I was like, yeah, I know. To see everything we want to see, we need at least a month. At least a month to see most of the stuff.
Yeah.
We still wouldn't cover.
And that's only within days. That doesn't even give you the opportunity to travel outside.
Because next time we're gonna go to south to the Omo Valley region, see the the tribes who don't even wear clothes. We're gonna go up north to Axum and Lalibela. We're gonna go to Shashime to see my Rasta family. Yeah, so after that, after we talked to her, we went to the zoo, walked around the zoo. So look, this whole time it seems like nothing, but this is like almost 3 hours.
3 or 4 hours, easily.
Yeah. So by the time we did the zoo, we were here like most the whole day. The zoo was spectacular. I mean, we've seen. Actually, I think this is the closest we've seen than we got when we went on our safari.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, because when we went to the safari, for one, we were there in the wrong season. We were there, I guess, in wintertime, which is summer U.S. Which, you know, we're from the U.S., so we can only travel certain times of the year. Well, because I have my son, so anyway.
This is summer break.
Yeah, so summer break in the U.S. is winter in Kenya, which is, we saw animals somewhat, but now we saw like really close up. We saw a lot more stuff at this point. And then, and it's just beautiful. You can see the background of the whole city of Addis from this, we're up on a hill. It's like, you just see how the growth is coming, how everything's happening. Yeah, and then we finally left the park, and what was we doing after that?
So we finished with the zoo. There was some more religious stuff that we kind of just went past, like more religious pavilions and stuff that we didn't really stop and look at because at this time it was at 3:30. We wanted to get to another museum because everything pretty much closes at 5.
Yeah.
So we hopped in the car, a ride. We used the Ride app again, which we really enjoying. Shout out to whoever created the Ride app, and also none of the rides have come anywhere close to 2,500 pairs since we downloaded this app. FYI. As a matter of fact, as a matter of fact, I'm not sure if the Ride app does the same thing as Uber, which is allows you to see the history of your charges. It was so jarring to us once we downloaded the app, and now you can see the list of the charges that we've had over the last 2 weeks here. Nothing has come even remotely close to the 2,500 that we were being charged when we had our tour.
Yeah.
Who was also using the Ride app, by the way.
Yeah, even when we went to the resort. That was way longer than the place she had us going, which she charged us so much for.
Yeah, none of her rides were that long. But anyways, neither here nor there.
Neither here nor there. So we went to the Ethnological Museum. Oh no, we went to the National Museum of Addis Ababa.
Yeah, to meet
Lucy.
The lady herself.
Yeah, we had to see Lucy.
We had to see Lucy in real
We
life.
had to see where all the humanity started.
Mm-hmm.
So far, the oldest bones on the earth, Brown Hill. So.
And apparently the most comprehensive as well. Our comprehensive sort of collection of bones that were dated from over, millions of years ago. Apparently lies here in Ethiopia. So really worthwhile. We didn't spend as much time there because it was the end of the day, but also it's not.
We got there with an hour to spare before they closed.
But I think we managed to see everything because there are 3 or 4 levels. We went through all of them. So
nice museum.
Nice museum, really
and
accessible.
Cheap. It was only 50 birr.
50 birr per person, so very accessible. Mm-hmm. And again, it's more of that history and more of the symbols, and it just kind of helps you to pull it all together. So again, greater than the history class for me personally was coming to Ethiopia and visiting these museums that we've seen this go around, and we've got plenty more to see next time too. But it was just, it gave me a lot of pride and just, just information, pieces that were missing for me.
Yeah.
It helped kind of provide a lot of the answers that were missing. I still have loads more questions, maybe more questions now than I did before actually, but still.
Yeah, and her family actually have, fought and a lot of these uprisings helped Ethiopia. She has an amazing history to herself.
Yeah, most of like I was the first one in my family not to be born on this continent and in Eritrea. So I'm not really removed from the Civil War. I have direct uncles and aunts who were taken from those wars. I have young cousins now who are younger than me who fought in the Second War that transpired in 1998 to about 2003, who are younger than me. So I've been very close to that
Which
struggle.
means they're like 13. She's 25.
I wish. No, so for me...
They were fighting their babies.
But no, for me it's like really... Yeah, it's like all the stuff that I grew up in my household as a child of refugees that I sort of just took for granted, meaning that like I thought it was everyone else's existence as well. I'm seeing now is not, but also I'm overstanding and understanding sort of the pain and the struggle that my family went through in a way that I probably didn't appreciate as a young child, to be honest, because how could I? You know, I always knew that there was a war going on and that my parents were sending money back. As a matter of fact, we came to Eritrea in 1992, right after independence, spent the entire summer there, and saw my parents weeping and crying over the siblings that they had lost. Siblings who are aunts and uncles of mine that I've never met. You know, my dad having also been taken by the Ethiopian military at the time and tortured for 3 or 4 days, not having access to water, food, or anything of the sort. So all those things were just stories that you hear as a child, but as an adult, you kind of begin to internalize it. And when I saw the torture chambers, for instance, it reminded me of my dad's story. It reminded me of how his sister was murdered on some random day when someone came knocking on her door. It happened to her soldiers. She opened the door. There were no questions asked. She was just executed. This, incidentally, is the aunt that everyone tells me I look like. Her name is Piazza. She has green eyes. Obviously, I've not met her. She passed. She was murdered before I was even born. But all of this stuff sort of just started to come up again for me, so it really took me down, you know, a train of thought, which is why if you saw her live yesterday, I was kind of heeding caution to the fact that history has a way of repeating itself. We have a way of being really wicked and mean to one another over things that we don't own, that will never be truly ours, whether it be land or resources. We're just here for a time. And we continue to lose lives and hurt one another over things that are never permanent. It's really bizarre that we haven't still grasped this concept of it's all here for us to share, to be distributed, and to enjoy whilst we're here. But none of us are going to live here permanently, not even these sociopathic billionaires who are, you know, doing some really horrible things, which I won't get into right now, who act as though they're going to be here forever, who are quite literally close to death if you look at them. They look horrible, all of them, because they're extremely old. And yet they're acting like what they're doing is for the betterment of humanity, but it's really just more of the same that we've seen in history. It's more dictatorship, it's more hoarding of resources and wealth, and it's more, you know, it's more pain that's being inflicted on human beings and oppression. And I just wish that this cycle would stop. You know, because now as an adult, I can really appreciate how, not only how the sacrifices that my parents made gave me the opportunities that I have, which many others haven't been as fortunate to have, but also how, because of their struggles and because of colonialists and crooked and corrupt leadership, we haven't been able to do as much and go as far, right? So on the one hand, I appreciate that I've had more opportunities than others, and on the other hand, I can also say I've not had as many opportunities as others because of the fact that we've been oppressed here. My family has been oppressed here for so long. There have been so many wars here for so long. I mean, there's been an inequity and an inequality for so long. Wars for, I mean, you know, so yeah, it's a time of reflection and contemplation. This trip has been definitely a time of reflection and contemplation. It's brought a lot of joy, but also a lot of sadness, because I don't see us moving towards. I see us moving towards advancements, and I see skyscrapers going up here. But are we creating more community? Are we creating less oppression and corruption for the betterment of society as a whole? That's debatable, I would say. In any case, don't mind me, I've gone off on a rant yet, but it's just been my experience as someone who is, again, the first in my family on both sides, my mother's and my father's side, to be born outside of the continent, and to be affected by the fact that I couldn't be here due to war, and my family couldn't thrive here on both sides due to war and excessive corruption and cruelty. And I'm not blaming one side or the other, by the way. I'm just saying this is the reality. I'm not saying this is Ethiopia's fault at all. There's corruption on both sides. And at the end of the day, we're also victims of divide and conquer and colonialism, right? So it is what it is. So I think on that note, I'm going to wrap it up. Hope you've enjoyed our recap.
Yep. Our recap, day 11. Thank you guys again. Thank you 3 times. That's a wrap for day 11. Now we're on day 12. We got something special for you guys coming up in just a few minutes, and we will holler at you later. And don't forget to, take this finger or this finger and hit the like button. Do that. Just do that for us, please. That's all we asking. If you enjoy our content, just hit the like button, because YouTube is weird. They like to see channels with a lot of likes to promote them better. So please hit that like button, and we will see you in a few minutes. Bye.